So initially, this scheme on paper was just like any other scheme you see going up in Birmingham today, an in situ concrete slip form construction with cladding. Very early on, we identified with our key suppliers that there was an opportunity to deliver a cutting edge construction technique such as the one we've got here, the precast solution. It helped us not only bid but successfully tender and then ultimately deliver this scheme here at Hagley Road.
This is the Lansdowne project in the centre of Birmingham. It's a £26 million apartment block scheme that we're building for the developer Severn Capital and the funder Long Harbour. We started on site in November 2016 and we hand over early 2019. As you can see, this is a precast building with the brick slips actually cast into the panels as they come out of the factory from FP McCann. We're installing 8 to 13 panels a day. It's fantastic in terms of programme because we get the frame up as well as the external envelope. We're able to install the windows straight off the mast climbers. To progress works internally at level 5 and level 10 and level 14, we've actually put an internal sacrificial roof layer.
This is level 10 of our building. We've completed up to level 16. As it's gone up, we've been able to release in sectionally, which is something that you don't always get. We've got a waterproof layer currently on level 14, so at the moment we're protected from the elements. We've screeded this area here. We finished this about 3 weeks ago, so it's been given time to cure, and now we're starting the very early works. This effectively is the apartment being made. We got the follow-on trade, so the first fix mechanical, electrical, then obviously the second fix plasterboard. Getting plaster and paint on walls is something you don't tend to get when you haven't got a roof on.
The speed of construction's like something I've never seen before, a completely different way of building. It's hard to fathom that we're standing here in an apartment that's finished, that requires a bit of cleaning up, yet I've got a roof that's open on floor 16.
So my responsibility on site is to oversee FP McCann guys doing the precast frame. So we look after the quality assurance of it, we make sure that they are building it as per the specifications and drawings. We also monitor their progress, make sure they are constructing the frame in good time and keeping on top of all the health and safety things as well.
We've eliminated the need for having to have large amounts of space. A complication with this particular type of project, being in Birmingham city centre, having a very, very small footprint. Had it been made through any other process, we would have had to have had large amounts of concrete wagons coming in, which would have obviously affected the amount of traffic that comes into Birmingham city centre, the amount of traffic that we would have had to have dealt with on site, which has its own health and safety complications.
Following on from the precast frame, we developed a detailed construction programme with involvement from all the different trades, and then we have a number of different tools to monitor that programme. We have a cloud-based schedule where we monitor the line of balance of the status of all the apartments. So we use a number of different tools to ensure that we keep on track on programme.
Okay, we've been using PlanGrid, which is an application on our tablet devices. Here we've been able to upload all of our drawings so we can access the drawings at any time. We can record our progress and we can refer back to that at any time. That involves others back in the office who can also look it up on their desktops and use that to communicate back to the subcontractors. Every morning we have a supervisor's briefing. All the supervisors from all the trades come and gather at the briefing area, which is on the ground floor. On a Friday, we sit down and have a meeting with all the supervisors, working out what every day is going to look like and plan that out. And so every morning, as we go through the supervisor's briefing, we know exactly where everyone's working. That's critically important on this job, particularly with the tower crane, the direction that it slews, the use of the hoist, the mast climbers, so that people know exactly where they can work, where it's safe to work.
Normally we have a meeting sort of every 2 weeks, a design team meeting, in between a design workshop where we discuss specific items. We've just designed the steel frame on the top and that's now going up on site. The roof is going to be going on in the next week or so.
Communication is really important. If the team and the supervisors and all of the subcontractors hadn't bought into that from an early stage, I don't think we would be where we are now. It really does work from the ground up. So we've set up a WhatsApp group. All of the supervisors are part of that. Because we're such a tall building and the trades are working across multiple levels, it's sometimes difficult to go hunting for a person or to try and ask a question of somebody. So it's a lot easier to do that on WhatsApp.
Interserve take on a number of graduates. We've got a graduate on our site, Christiana, who's been a great engineer here.
This is one of the first jobs after I finished university. I worked in this job as an engineer, mainly with the frame and the precast structure. Check if the levels are right, the position of the walls, if they use the right grouting, if the concrete at the right place, the rebar, anything that has to do with the structure basically. It's a great job. I consider myself very lucky. The team I work with is really good. I don't think I could work with a better team.
Being a city centre project, we have a lot of residents nearby, so we have a regular monthly newsletter. We liaise with the local residents. There's a local school that we work with frequently, giving them careers advice. There's also a bereavement charity called Edward's Trust. We're helping them doing some acoustic sealing in their counselling rooms.
We moved here in December. One of the first things that we realised is that we had some issues with soundproofing. Somebody I know, Alan, works for Interserve. So Alan popped along for a cup of tea, and then Matt Lakin came along and they offered to help us, which was great.
So everyone has been with me every step of the way. I can ask every question I want. Everyone's just happy to help. Also, Interserve has all the courses and all the training to progress as engineers.
Interserve has been a great company to work for, a really exciting, interesting jobs that we've been able to work on, learning lots and progressing and build projects such as the Lansdowne.
Interserve, a really friendly company, really supportive from the hierarchy. Nice bunch of colleagues in here.
I, for one, am excited to be part of the team here, contributing to the evolution of the City of Birmingham skyline.